You guys, what's up? Really common question. It's like, hey bro, how do I lose belly fat, right? I think we overthink this concept and we try to like do too many things at once. We try to get into it by like, okay, yo, I just gotta eat one meal a day, 5 sessions of cardio a week, do a bunch of things, right? We're always just thinking, how can I lose this as quick as possible? But start thinking in a way, how can you not lose but gain new habits? The new habits is gonna create a lifestyle that will help you keep that belly fat off so you don't gain it back. Usually what happens when you take this quick way of doing things, you just rebound and gain it back and you go into a cycle every year, right? So please first change your mindset around losing belly fat. Think about how can you gain a lifestyle that will sustain you for your life, right? So get into it. First thing you want to think about is movement, right? Think about how can you just add more movement throughout the day. You know, if you're working 9 to 5, your lunch break, eat, and then go for a 10, 15-minute walk. Afternoon break, walk around the office. Whatever it is, start aiming for that 8 to 10,000 steps mark, right? This will just get the body moving, get the metabolism going. You're gonna start creating a habit. And movement is something you can sustain for a long period of time. I'm not telling you to do 5 sessions of Stairmaster right away, right? We'll get into that later on. Just add some movement, okay? Yeah guys, so we talked about changing your mindset around fat loss and belly fat, right? So now, once your mind is kind of clear that, okay, let me create a lifestyle, the biggest thing I'm gonna say will help you out is resistance training. Putting on some muscle mass, right? Not only is this gonna like improve your metabolism, all the sciencey shit, you're gonna feel better, you're gonna start looking better, and your quality of life is gonna get better, right? So instead of thinking about how much cardio and nutrition right away, think about how can I start resistance training to put on muscle mass, okay? So the biggest thing here is gonna be make sure you have some sort of structure. Whether it's 2 days, 3 days, whatever it is, have some sort of structure where you're progressing week by week, okay? That's gonna be the biggest thing when it's to come working out. So don't even think about, yo, more abs, everything else, just put on general muscle mass, full body, okay? Guys, so we've covered so far having patience, changing your mindset around everything. How can you create a sustainable lifestyle? How can you start moving more? And how can you have a structured program that's gonna help muscle mass, not lose belly fat, okay? Now another thing we're gonna mention is nutrition. Obviously this is the big thing and people hop diet from diet. So I want you to think about, instead of hopping from a diet to diet, think about how can you integrate it into your current lifestyle, right? So the main thing I'm gonna say is every single meal, start adding some sort of protein source, some veggie source, some fruit source. I just want you to start with that. Create those habits where every meal you have nutrients and protein, okay? Once you have those habits built out, another thing I know like people think is too much effort is tracking your calories, right? And it might be a lot of work, but it's gonna give you so much freedom. And hear me out for a second, like you're gonna build so much awareness of what you're putting into your body. You're gonna start to know, oh wow, when I eat this food, my digestion isn't that good. This food, I feel bloated, right? So the tracking is gonna give you awareness, right? Instead of jumping into it right away with belly fat, trying to lose belly fat, create solid nutritional habits that are gonna last you for your entire life, right? So here, what I want you to think about, after you've created the habit of protein, veggies, fruits, now you wanna make sure you start tracking. I want you to just track your calories, what you're eating. I'm not giving you calories right now. 4 to 8 weeks, just start tracking, get in the habit of it. Now, I'm gonna put a little macro calculator in the bio. It's gonna be an Excel sheet. You can put your body weight and current training days, how many days you train, and then it's gonna calculate your estimated calories for you. I want you to spend around 8 to 10 weeks on maintenance calories, okay? I know your goal is belly fat, but hear me out, like take this time to let your body reset. You've done so much damage all this time, it's hard to reverse it quickly, right? Especially if you wanna keep the weight off. So follow the maintenance calories for at least 10 to 12 weeks, even longer if you're struggling to, do it consistently. Once you've done that for 12 weeks, okay? Once you've done that for 12 weeks, now use the same macro calculator or whatever maintenance calories you were using, minus 500 calories, okay? Now, this is where the belly fat's gonna start to lose. I know we've talked for like 500 minutes already, but now that's where the belly fat's gonna start reducing because of the caloric deficit. And you might actually start changing already through the other stuff, but this is what's gonna be the main driver of fat loss. It's gonna be the caloric deficit, okay? Now stay in this deficit for 12 to 16 weeks, track your body weight, maybe like aim for 0.5 to 2 pounds a week, see how your body is looking, take progress pictures, and now keep that going. Don't do longer than 16 weeks at a time, I would say. After the 16 weeks, take about 4 to 10 weeks diet break, if you want to call it that, and then get back into it. Okay, so that's gonna be nutrition for you. Create the habits, then you'll find that you're much more free in terms of knowing what to eat, and you don't have to deplete yourself constantly. Okay? Yeah, guys, so another thing is gonna be sleep and recovery, right? So you wanna think about the way to lose belly fat is to make sure that you're balancing all the stressors, right? If you're constantly into a stress state, the body isn't gonna be like, yo, let me lose all this belly fat. It's gonna be focused on how to reduce the stress, right? So recovery in terms of sleep, mindfulness sessions is gonna be a really, really important factor. You don't wanna just keep doing more and more in terms of more cardio, less food, more training, less sleep. You wanna make sure you're balancing it out. So like, if your calories are low, your cardio is a little up there, your training is up there, you wanna balance that out with recovering hard too, so you actually feel good, which is the point of all this. You not just wanna lose the belly fat, you wanna feel healthy. So you wanna make sure you balance that out, okay? So recovery is gonna be a really important factor. Comes through sleep, managing your stress, through mindfulness sessions. I like going for a chill walk outside, spending time with the loved ones, you know, spending time with your boys, family, relationships, whatever. Just chill out, okay? It's gonna be really important of losing belly fat, okay? So I know I've talked a lot in this whole video, and I know you guys are expecting a really, really like quick way of losing belly fat. It's like, hey, what workout, how much cardio, how much nutrition? But it doesn't work like that, right? Or you're just gonna kind of lose that belly fat and gain it right back. So always think about consistency over intensity, right? You wanna just be consistent with these habits for a longer period of time, and that's gonna lead you to losing that belly fat. And last thing I'll say, think about, I didn't say anything in terms of number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, because they're all important, they're all interconnected, okay? So your nutrition is gonna dictate how you sleep, how your training is. Your sleep is gonna dictate how your training nutrition is. Your training is gonna dictate your muscle mass, right? So everything is connected. So do all the things, slowly build habits consistently over a long period of time, and you'll eventually lose the belly fat, but you'll actually get jacked at the same time, which is what we should all want, you know? We want to get jacked and shit. So lose the belly fat, get jacked, and hope this helped. Any questions, let me know, okay? Take it easy.